How's it going, everybody? Jason here. Today I'm going to show you a quick and dirty way that you can build a feature tracking system in Bubble. Now, there are plugins and tools that allow you to do this. Segment, Mixpanel, Microsoft Clarity, Google Analytics. There's probably a bunch of other ones. This is how you can do it with no plugins and not having to pay for anything else. Now, as a caveat, Microsoft Clarity is free and it's actually really, really good because it gives you heat maps and a bunch of other stuff. But without doing a custom integration, you couldn't do things like funneling customers through a feature and seeing where they're dropping off. You could do that in Google Analytics, but what I like about this is all I'm really interested in the SaaS product I'm using this for is what customers are using what features and what actions are they using so I can plan new features. And I also at some point want to be able to expose this to the organizational admins for the people who are using the software so they can see what features that their employees are using and stuff like that. And this isn't to spy on them like the evil Microsoft did when they were in trouble for that a while back. But this is just to get insights into what features are being used, what aren't, because if they're not using features, I'm just going to delete them. So this one's pretty simple. I am going to do another more advanced tutorial, which might be out by the time you're watching this, but this is just simply how you can do it. So I've got two option sets, one called features, one called feature actions. And I'm using option sets because when you are creating steps in workflow, it's a lot easier just to pick something from an option set in the list as opposed to having to do a do search for and search by ID or name or something like that. So the feature is just a list of the features that are in the application, and the feature actions are actions they can do within these features. The data thing that collects this stuff is very, very simple. I collect the action, the feature, a note, and what organization it came from. And then obviously the creator built-in field in Bubble is going to tell me which user, but this is how I can use data privacy rules basically to say, only let people in the same organization see the usage in their own organization. The workflow is crazy simple as well. There's one back-end workflow for feature tracking, which just accepts the feature, the action, and optionally a note. None of these, it's not exposed, doesn't ignore the privacy rules, nothing. And it's really just one step. So put the action, put the feature, the note, and then grab the current user's current organization. Now, it's current organization because our SaaS product allows people to bounce between instances and stuff like that. So that's really all it is. And then that's what gives you this. So I can see what features people are using. Obviously, I would spend a little more time making this chart pretty, but the advanced video I'm going to do for this pushes this to Airtable. So if you want to try this on your own, you can watch this video for how to integrate Airtable and basically just build the same thing, but push it to Airtable instead of a thing. But I will do a more detailed tutorial on that. And the reason why I want to push stuff to Airtable is, one, when you push the data there, you can report on it however you want. Two, the charting stuff in Bubble, I think really sucks, and it's convoluted and complicated and real pain to set up and use. So if you're putting that stuff in Airtable, creating charts is just brain dead easy. And then, you as the builder, you don't have to make changes to your application when you want new reports. You can basically just give your business people or whoever access to Airtable, and they can do whatever the heck they want with the data. All right, so let's just take a quick look at one of our features that I'm tracking. So we have a little journaling thing that allows users to rate their day. It's a journal. Everybody knows what a journal is. At the end of that, randomly, we will ask them for a feedback survey. So how useful is this? So this creates a piece of feedback. It does some other stuff that the app needs. And then this is where I call the workflow. So this is the API workflow that I just showed, tracked feature, do this right now. The feature I want to track is journal. And this is where option sets are useful because I just get to pick from a list here as opposed to having to do search for. And then the action I want to send feedback. And then the note, I actually want to capture that. I want to capture their rating and I want to capture the comment that they put. The reason why I'm putting that in there is because in a future iteration, I'm going to allow, like I said, organizational admins to be able to see what their users are actually using inside the system, because they have to report back for funding and financing and stuff like that. And then they could just quickly see some other metadata, and it's all going to be protected by privacy rules. So this is the simplest way you can build feature tracking if you want to keep everything in Bubble and you don't want to use a plugin. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and you'll get notified when the more advanced video comes out if it's not out already. See you next time.